Development is a process of continuous progress, unyoking people and liberating them from the state of dependency towards independence, self-reliance and transformation, assuring equitable distribution of opportunities and resources, ensuring economic sustainability, social justice and communal harmony, coupled with a peace of living and happiness among all sections of the society. This is what I mean development. I would explain that. There are 5 components in my definition. The first component, development is referred to a process of continuous progress. Unyoking and liberating people. People are stuck up in certain issues and problems. So, we need to unyoke them from some clutches and liberate them from the state of dependency towards independence, self-reliance and transformation, assuring equitable distribution of opportunities and resources. The resources should be equitably distributed among the people, ensuring eco-economic sustainability. We always had heard about socio-economic sustainability, all these things. I have deliberately mentioned eco-economic. Eco refers to ecology, because economic development is done at the cost of ecology. So, greater the economic development we see today, greater the damage to the ecology. That is why I have tried to make it a balance, that the development should have a balance between ecology and economic development. So, eco-economic sustainability, social justice with communal harmony. Ultimately, communal harmony should be there in a development state, coupled with the peace of living and happiness. Economically, some societies are developed, but they don't have peace. There is no way of peaceful living. I have mentioned happiness. Now the concept of development refers to the happiness also. We all heard about GDP, the national income, per capita income. Generally, people think that development means economic development, increase in income. But the current concept is happiness. So, like GDP, like GNH, gross national happiness. So, happiness of human being counts a lot in the context of development. So, there must be a peace of living and happiness among all sections of the society. Some sections of the society are well off, whereas some are affected. That is not development. There should be peace and happiness among all sections of the society. In the Indian context, we have got different social strata and structures, and we need to ensure a peace of living and happiness among all sections of society, and that is the real meaning of development. Now, development in a simple understanding, it is betterment, growth, improvement. Today, I am better than yesterday. Tomorrow will be better for me than today. My income today is better than yesterday. My income this year was higher than last year. There is a growth and betterment. Psychologically, emotionally, my confidence level has grown better. My health is better now compared to last year. So these are all the indicators of development. My happiness is higher than last year. I feel more happy. Generally, people tend to believe that earning money gives happiness, but development is a total phenomena. It refers to the physical, emotional, mental, economic, social, and even spiritual components of every human being. And this is the meaning of development. Now we are going to discuss about sustainable development. What is sustainable development? Sustainable development means balanced and a continuous development. The concept of sustainable refers to continuing improvements in the present quality of life at a lower intensity of resources use. At a lower intensity of resource use, thereby leaving behind for future generation with regard to sustainable development, I can add a few more examples. A coconut tree on an average gives 200 coconuts. There are different varieties. Agricultural experts can explain. The tall variety, the dwarf variety, the T into D, tall into dwarf, D into T, dwarf into tall, all the varieties are there. A tall variety on an average can give 200, and up to 40 years these trees can yield 8,000 coconuts. One tree will yield. The milk yield by the milk animals, and an average in a very average produce of a buffalo is about 8 to 10 liters. Buffalo or a cow, which is maintained by the village farmer without much care and other things. But now we are listening lot of improvements in the dairy production, that the milk yield goes up to 40 to 50 liters. While I was making some preparation for this video presentation, I listened to a video presentation released by the Jai Hind TV. There was an episode, a real incident about a wonder cow. It was broadcasted that wonder cow gives 100 liters of milk per day. It was amazing to see that video published by the Jai Hind TV. You can also go through this. Jai Hind TV, the title is The Wonder Cow. So they are telling over the 500 years, the animal has given nearly 5 lakh liters of milk. So what I want to tell you, the nature has abundance for us. In a poultry, we get around 240 eggs. When I was a child, I myself experienced this kind of poultry. In those days, there are many varieties. As we understand in the Indian context, we have a country chicken. It gives 60 to 80 eggs in a year. But these chicks are used for hatching purposes. But there are other varieties. I myself witnessed what we call Bonda chicken, a black Minarka, a red Rhode Island, white rock, and white Leghorn was the best laying bird. I myself have counted that every 3 days the bird lays 2 eggs and takes 1 day lay off, third day. Then again, the bird laid 2 eggs at the consecutive days. So in those days, we did not even have a deep litter system of poultry. We got some field, we let it open. Whatever is available in the house, we buy something and give it and supply to these birds. So in every analysis, be it a tree, as I told you, 3,000 mangoes from one mango tree at one season. About 8,000 coconuts from a good coconut tree. At least 240 eggs from a chick. All these things are plenty with us. But our role in the sustainable development is to protect the nature, protect our animals. I would say insurance should be given to all the animals in the rural areas. I have witnessed a widow in Machilipatnam, Andhra, purchased a good buffalo with a good price. The same evening, there was a snake bite and the buffalo died. And the buffalo is the entire livelihood for the widow. She was literally crying. Thanks for the village association, they were able to compensate these things. So, from a rural villager farmer point of view, as insurance scheme is now popular for the human beings, the livelihood of the farmers and villagers, every animal should be freely insured if it is possible as a means of a welfare of the people. Protect the nature, preserve the nature, promote the nature and the resources, and live with nature. This is more important. We need to live pro to the nature and not against the nature. And this kind of a psychology, this kind of a living will enable a sustainable development. I also want to tell you the United Nations concept of sustainable development. The UN has given 5 P's in sustainable development. Number 1 is people. People always first. The people. Then, by all our intervention, a prosperity. When prosperity achieved, we have to equally consider the peace as one of the important component. I was always talking about peace of living with communal harmony among all sections of the people is a real development. Then the partnership. Sustainable development is not an isolated phenomena. It is an interdependent phenomena. Development or rural development or sustainable development or urban development or tribal development or any people's development is an interdependent phenomena. So the partnership of various stakeholders, as I was explaining, need to be brought together, and ultimately the planet we live, that has to be preserved and that has to be protected. And if you are able to take care of all the P's, sustainable development is taken care of by itself.